Hi, babe. Welcome to the Horror Babe Show. I'm your host, Chelsea Beller. I've been doing this for a year now. The Horror Babe Show anniversary was a couple of days ago, which is wild to me. A year has passed. That's crazy. In a year, I've gained 400 plus YouTube subscribers, and that is no small feat to me. That's incredible. I wanted to create a community where I could talk horror with fellow horror fans, horror babes, as I call them, and that's what I did. That's huge. Typically, I give horror movie reviews or interviews with people who have been involved in horror in one way or another. But tonight, I decided to do something a little different. I wanted to review a Halloween attraction here in LA. So, we're reviewing Los Angeles Haunted Hayride. As you may or may not know, I live in Los Angeles, California. We have You keep hearing screaming. Apologies if you hear screaming in the background. There's children running frantic in the streets. As you may or may not know, I live in Los Angeles, California. Is it that obvious? We get some pretty rad Halloween attractions here. Or so I've been told. Fun fact about me, I've actually never been to one. Not before this attraction. There's always been one reason or another: too busy, too poor, too stuck in a very controlling relationship where I couldn't do anything I actually wanted to. That's for another podcast. But of course, especially since I started this channel, it became top priority. Shout out to my favorite father. He's my only father. Because of Papa Beller, my boyfriend Mike of Mike's Monsters and I were finally able to go to the Los Angeles Haunted Hayride. First of all, if you book a weekday, you do not need to get there 2 hours early. Maybe as you get closer to Halloween. We got there the first week of this month on a Thursday, an hour early, and even that was a little too much time. I read on Reddit that you need to be there 2 hours early in order to be able to do anything, but I think that mostly applies to weekends and again as you get closer to the holiday. This attraction is located in Griffith Park, a 4,200-acre park in Los Angeles, consisting of the LA Zoo, the old LA Zoo, the Autry Museum, the Griffith Observatory, and the Hollywood sign. Griffith Park is so huge and so beautiful. It's gorgeous, but it is wild. It's definitely not your Central Park. It's a little more wild than that. For instance, as we were walking to the attraction, we heard coyotes. Like a pack of them, just a few yards from us. Wild. So we enter the park and it transports you into your own little Halloween town, but less Disney. Creepy ghouls are interacting with you, but don't worry, they're not allowed to touch you or harm you. They're just there for fun. They will talk to you though. They will talk your ear off. Oh yeah, and they will chase you. I was chased. It was fun for the first 30 seconds, and then I was winded, and I wanted a churro. Why are the children screaming? Plus, it's not just a hayride. There's a general store full of spooky, fun merch, a stage, some food trucks, a sitting area, a s'mores roasting area, a carousel of dead horses, a bunch of mazes, and of course the hayride. We eased into the maze just to kind of start the blood pumping, you know, and then we hit the hayride. The hayride is about 10 minutes long. You're sitting on a flatbed truck lined with hay, of course, pulled by a tractor through these tunnels each with a different theme, but mostly the theme is hay. Hay and country folk. I don't want to use the word hillbillies, but if you do, that's fine by me. As you hit each of these tunnels, normally near the end, you'll get spooked by a loud noise, a man with a chainsaw, an alien, or any number of jump scares. I was so spooked at one point, I fell off my bench. Not off the truck, just kind of fell off my chair. I get scared. I'm not afraid to admit it. Ooh, speaking of scared, the mazes are nuts. If you get easily frightened with jump scares, this might not be for you, unless you like it, in which case you're me, and I liked it. You walk through an old cemetery or rundown house, and around every corner, there's a person waiting to scare the pants off of you. Thankfully, I once auditioned to be one of these scare actors, so I just remind myself, they're just doing their job. It's their job to scare you. Well, they did their job. Each maze, actually the whole park, is so spookily lit. Lighting is a thing, right? And there's fog everywhere. Just so you know, sometimes there's so much fog, you really can't see in front of you. Typically in the mazes, not so much just around the park. But also there are strobe lights in certain sections of certain mazes. So just be aware of that. Mike and I did get a little disoriented at one point, and we were like, okay, we need to go sit down for a little bit. So be cautious. The food trucks were really good. They mostly serve typical food truck fashion, fast food, ice cream, churros, those kinds of things. Really tasty. We shared some fries. It was delicious, honestly. Of course, it's expected that these things are always a little overpriced, but you go in knowing that, right? Around 8 p.m., everyone starts gathering toward the stage. It's all decorated, very spooky, very creepy looking. And a ghoul will start moving things around up there just to get your attention, to let you know, hey, a show's about to start. The main attraction is this guy in a crazy outfit, crazy makeup. He also looks very ghoulish. He cracks jokes and sings variations of popular songs like Thriller, but of course, you know, he has to have his own little shtick. So he sang Thriller, but he kept forgetting the lyric Thriller in the song Thriller. So he was very fun, very entertaining, definitely more geared toward a younger crowd, but entertaining nonetheless. I highly recommend this attraction. It is so spooky and fun and gets you right in the Halloween mood. You get totally immersed in this Halloween land full of scares and spooky fun. The hayride itself is just worth it. You're on a flatbed with 20 other people and you're getting scared from all angles all together. It's this whole group activity. It's so entertaining, it's so fun. Plus, the place is big enough that you can easily spend a couple of hours there, but not so big that it's overwhelming. If you're an anxious person or you don't like crowds, it's not like Universal, it's not as big, much smaller scale. I left this place with the biggest smile on my face. I didn't mean to rhyme. I would definitely go again. Have you been to the Haunted Hayride? Was it enough spooks for you? Before I go, here's a spooky reminder that you can support the show by visiting my website, horrorbabeshow.com. You can donate a coffee to the cause, or pick yourself up a piece of Horror Babe merch from my TeePublic page. It's the Halloween season. You gotta treat yourself, babe. Well, that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, follow, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Letterboxd to see what I'm watching and what I'm rating. Happy Halloween, babe.